cool shirt. It's a movement, and I'm proud of all we've accomplished.
DE&I work. I've been super blessed to be part of the core team that we started about a year and a half ago, and talk about timing that this all came out and everything going on in the world, and all the things that we've gone through this year and seen. It's pretty important work, and we're so blessed at Columbia to be going through this. It's pretty amazing, and the momentum is incredible. Some of the stuff that's impacted me, it's really more about the conversations than anything else, whether it be about diversity in people, diversity in thought, what it means to be included, and just the amount of conversations that we've had, not only inside of things that we've brought out to the company, but just even inside of our own teams and at our branches, and the conversation and the changes that's happened, especially within like the last 6 months to 3 months, has been so amazing, and I'm so proud to be part of it.
Fortunately, I was lucky enough to get to spend some time learning and developing my understanding of what it means to be a diverse, equitable, and inclusive workplace. I got to do this with a wide variety of teammates from virtually every department here at Columbia, and it was really one of the greatest highlights of my year. The training, the reading, and the intimate and open discussions that I got to have with so many amazing people at Columbia really helped me process all the incredible and sometimes incomprehensible events of this difficult year. As a team leader, it helped me empathize with my teammates and our customers while we were all processing the tough moments we kept getting hit with month after month. I'm so thankful for the opportunity to learn so much about so many of my teammates, despite the fact that none of us could sit in the same room together.
I was fortunate enough to join the DEI committee early on, and to be honest with you, I wasn't the most educated or the most aware about DEI, but with everything going on this year in 2020, it just makes it that much more important for us to take this initiative seriously. So the journey, as I like to call it, is just that. It's a journey. It's an individual opportunity to engage with those and have open dialogue about the topics of DEI.
To me, Columbia's DEI initiative is so powerful because as this huge team of 100 people work together on our strategy over the last 6 months, which is literally defining the direction of our company for the next 5 years, the DEI message became just ingrained everywhere, all throughout the work. It's in our mission statement, it's in our core purpose, it's in our core values, it's in our success metrics. DEI isn't just a concept or a nice to have for Columbia. It's really an essential building block to reach our ambitions as an organization. And that is an extremely powerful message.
Since rejoining the company in October, I've been so impressed at all of the work that's been done. Usually DEI initiatives are kind of in the responsibility of the HR team, but being back here, I've seen that it's everybody's responsibility. All employees and emerging leaders have participated to such a high degree in these really important initiatives, making people feel welcome, bringing awareness, working on subcommittees, looking at every aspect of our business as we weave this DEI culture into the fabric of who we are and how we work. It's been an amazing experience to be involved in this, and I know that in 2021 and beyond, we're just going to continue to grow in
The
this.
opportunity to partner and build relationships with people that I probably wouldn't have done in years past. I feel like we were ahead of the curve when we started this initiative and gave us the opportunity to have those difficult conversations feel and seem more normal. I see this going nowhere but up in 2021 and beyond, and hope everyone in each branch can join us in that conservative effort.
I just want to take some time and thank everyone for their hard work and dedication towards DE&I this year. It's been amazing to see all of the engagement and all of the passion from every corner of this company to make Columbia a more diverse, equitable, and inclusive company to be a part of. I've been here for 12 years and I don't think I've ever been so proud to be a part of this company. But this is just the start of our journey. It's going to take a lot more energy and a lot more participation to get to where we want to be.
I can tell you with firsthand experience that this work and the education that comes along with it has tremendously impacted me both personally and professionally. 2020 was all focused around getting the strategy down on paper, and 2021 is going to be all focused around going out and executing that laundry list of items that we know we have to work on.
I joined the team really not knowing a whole lot about DEI, and I was honestly a little bit skeptical at first. But what I've learned was that this movement is not about quote unquote checking the box. It's really about making Columbia a place where people want to work, where people from all walks of life feel comfortable and valued and have the tools and the support that they need to be successful.
I'm so grateful for everything that we've done to prepare the company for diversity, equity, inclusion focus. And that includes just the leadership's involvement. I can't remember a moment in the last 6 years of my tenure here at Columbia when every single member of the leadership team was really all in on one specific project related to its people, the brand, how we show up internally, how we show up externally, and really focus on what we look like and how we're treating people. I can't be more excited for 2021 in really seeding the business with this message and making sure people understand that they can participate in any way they want to, in any way they're comfortable participating. We want everyone to feel included, but also comfortable.
Special shout out to the DEI subcommittee and team. That group of people has put a ton of work, realizing they already had full-time jobs, into making this a better place to work. And while we still have plenty of work to do around DEI, know that this is one of our foundational pillars over the next 5 years, and we have and will make and continue to make progress in this area. For me personally, it's been an uncomfortable journey in some respects, and I'm getting more comfortable being uncomfortable is kind of the best way to say it. But I think some of the practices we're putting in place around making sure that our talent pool is diverse as it starts will put us in a better place to ultimately come to the final conclusion of having a company that more closely represents the community we serve.
In 2020, I was able to be a part of some of the groups that were diving down deeper into some of the situations we have going around the world right now. A chance to dive into history, a chance to learn about the area around me, even the businesses around me, and learn a little bit about myself. And let me tell you, it was eye-opening. Me, personally, going into this, I felt like I was an open-minded person and didn't think I really needed this class, but, you know, I was going to go through it. And I got to tell you, from the first class all the way through some of the other classes, my mind was blown. You know, all the TED Talks and conversations and articles you can read. There's so much more to explore, so many avenues to experience and see what's happening, even right here in your own branch or even your own town or state. That's been one of the most eye-opening things to me, something that becomes so passionate to you that even you get to talk to your friends about it and they even have the same mind-blowing experience just in a few minutes that you've been talking. A lot of things that people didn't know or were unaware of.
DEI training has made a positive impact for me both at work and at home by helping me communicate better with my coworkers, friends, and family members. I was able to recognize areas where I could make improvements, such as eliminating distractions when talking to people. In addition to this, it reminded me to look at things from a different perspective, to put myself in other people's shoes more often. Sometimes we get so engulfed in our day-to-day life that we forget the struggles or negative things other people might be experiencing that we are not. What resonated most with me was the reminder that having tough conversations regarding diversity, equity, and inclusion is a healthy thing when done correctly.
I had the opportunity to be a part of this from the beginning. Super honored to be working with such a passionate group of people, to be able to really put this together and start to move it forward. Really eye-opening experience for myself as we went through some training before we even got started on the strategic plan for moving this out into the business. Yeah, really eye-opening. Really kind of went into it thinking that I knew how I felt about these topics. I had no idea. So hopefully you can have an opportunity to get involved with us next year. I would say going into it with a really open mind and taking a really deep look at yourself, because it's really where this all begins.
What an eye-opener this has truly been, personally. It was something I never really gave much thought or invested much time or energy in, mainly because of my lack of knowledge. The classes taken were very educational and soul-searching, pretty much a wake-up call. DEI has changed the way I look at the world around me and those in it. Everybody has value. I believe Columbia is doing the right thing by bringing attention to a very, very important issue and making every effort to change old habits.
I would say this, I think that all of us, most good people, try to live within a certain standard. We have a scope of the way we look at life and how we should be good people, how we should treat people, how we should treat others, how we should be at work. And while we try to adhere to those standards or those values that we have, I think sometimes we get derailed. Sometimes we get a little tunnel vision and we kind of veer off and forget those values, and almost like not necessarily forget them, but we put them in this scope of what we think is right in accordance to our life and how we live. And oftentimes we stay on that path thinking we're doing the right thing, and all the while never knowing that we're not quite being exactly the way we should be. And every now and then in life you get something like this, DEI training, that kind of slaps you in the face with this new way of looking at the world, new way of taking your eyes and seeing things in a different perspective that allow you to better understand people, society, why things happen, why things don't happen, why people treat others the way they do and why they don't. And what DEI has done for me, it slapped me in the face big time. And while I thought I led a path, I was on the path of trying to be a good person, in being open and embracing to everyone. I didn't quite know how limited I was in my thinking and my capacity to understand until this training.
There are so many amazing people, so much talent, and we need to do more. We always do a lot to make sure that we're inclusive in our actions, our behaviors, our mindsets. And I think for me personally and professionally this year, having broadened my team specifically has made for a much more diverse team and enabled all of us to rise and be more aware of other perspectives, other strengths and weaknesses. So just in our little world in Eastern Washington, our focus as a company has certainly been very positive.
Taking these DEI classes has really shown what one is capable of doing and showing compassion to our fellow people. You know, taking what you learn from these classes and, you know, sharing it with your accounts and customers, friends and family, just broadening your horizons and bringing, you know, new life to the way people think about how the world acts around them. It's really great. You know, it makes you feel better as a person.
The key things that stuck with me that it enhanced the need to be empathetic, to understand other people. Even if you don't agree, it's very helpful to know what underlies their belief set, their worldview, and how they look at things. I think empathy is a critical element and attribute or behavior that people should have to have societies function, so that we can, you know, live and work by people that are different from us and maybe don't agree with everything that we agree with. I think this year's training really helped me with
for
that.
my team, it's been amazing. I mean, the tools that through this work that we're able to get, the awareness that we're able to get, we kept bringing those things, especially to my team meetings, and we grew together. Again, I think we connected a lot more. Within my team meeting, we actually did a spotlight moment, so got to know about each other, how we grew up, where we grew up, how, as far back as when we were babies, and it really brought us a lot together. It allowed us to understand each other, understand each other's backgrounds, because we're all very different with our backgrounds. So I think this is awesome work, and I really look forward to 2021, where we'll continue to grow in this space, continue to be open to other people, and really appreciate people for their differences.
For me, when you look at diversity, I think it's, me personally, whether it's at work or in my personal life, I know I need to kind of get out of that. You gravitate toward a circle of teammates. You gravitate toward a circle of friends. And for me, I need to get kind of uncomfortable and find those new circles of new teammates and new circles of friends. And so that's something I'm going to challenge myself with. I think too for the company is recruitment. There is a ton of really talented, diverse people in this world, and we need to bring that talent into the organization. We will be in a much better place if we do that.
Fantastic in every way. I learned about racism, sexism, everything, microaggression in the classroom. That is one crazy thing that I learned. I didn't know what microaggression was. Actually had a friend the other day go say something about they're Asian, they're smart, and I looked and I was like, you shouldn't say things like that. It's not okay. It wasn't a huge part of my life, I guess. The sexism and stuff. I have cousins that are now males. I have a best friend that was a male that's now a female. Lives a wonderful life and they're happy. I didn't put any more into it. But it's out there and I'm more aware of it now. I'm more aware of what's in the world and I plan to take this training and go much, much further with it.
DEI has been the start of many conversations in relationship building in 2020. Through our work in DEI this year, it's clear that we are building a strong base of success, great culture, and opportunities for all. DEI is here to stay.
DEI, I think, has had a huge impact on our overall business, certainly on me personally this past year. I got to tell you, I've been so proud of what the DEI group and team has done, not only on their own, but the way in which they have brought so much more awareness and just a really open environment within the organization. And really, DEI has become a great outlet for us to have super open and transparent conversations, communications, for people just to talk about what all of our biases are and things about ourselves that we maybe didn't even know were out there. And for me, going through all the training, reading all the books, I think it's giving me a new lens to see the world. And it's a journey, and there's a lot more that I have to learn. But the connection and the feeling that we can create something here at Columbia that really is a place for all of us, for me, is super exciting and super motivating. And I know, and I am a 100% sure, the more diverse that we can make this organization, not only the better culture that we're going to have, but the better business performance and business results we're going to have. And quite honestly, with what we're doing, it just reinforces that this is a place that I want to be and I want to spend my time.
For me, personally, I can tell you that it's created a lot of dialogue within our teams, within my family, and it's been uncomfortable at times to have these conversations, but I can tell you that the lasting effects are just going to continue to grow and evolve, and I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about the direction that our company's going, the inclusivity factor, and I can tell you that looking at the future with recruiting, retainment, looking at the current personnel that we have and finding people that just want to be a part of help creating change within our organization.
Very refreshing to see a company in this industry take such a huge step in the right direction. I know many larger companies that have not taken the strides that we have, so I am extremely impressed in Columbia's commitment. I really enjoyed the DEI learning groups as they facilitate candid conversations that has helped me see new perspectives and find more meaningful ways to connect with my employees and peers. I have high hopes for 2021 DEI work to bring us closer together as a Columbia family, and I am excited to see what the next steps in this journey will entail.
The old saying is you get out of it what you put into it, and I think if people come into this DEI program and are vulnerable and accepting and willing to challenge themselves and challenge others, it's going to do nothing but create a more awesome and inclusive work environment for the organization. So overall, I'm super stoked about the DEI program. I think it's extremely special that we continue to drive this in 2021, and I'm looking forward to some awesome results. So thanks for
The
your
more
time.
I've explored DEI lately, the more I realize I need to learn. So my hopes in 2021 is that we're all more open, honest, reflective, and free to be who we really are. Because I believe if Columbia really digs into DEI in the coming years, it should only make us more creative and stronger together.
One of my hopes for 2021 is that DEI becomes something that every single employee at the company feels part of. When we listen and celebrate what is both common and different, we become more agile, more inclusive, and just plain better as an organization.
The All of Us committees have impacted my life by allowing me to be involved and have a sense of belonging, like I'm a part of something truly special. Going forward, my hope is that the people around me will see the benefits of this initiative and want to be involved as well.
Our DEI journey has really opened up a path in which we can challenge ourselves and challenge myself to see other perspectives, cultures, diversity of thought, which really enriches ourselves as a company. I'm so happy to be on this journey with Columbia Distributing, and I'm so happy to be a part of a company that challenges ourselves. And we welcome diversity and really push the boundaries of what we can do as a company.
Diversity is important to me because it helps us to celebrate our differences, expand our identities, and build a stronger culture. Over the past months, I've learned to be more open, understanding, and most of all, to listen. It's been very exciting to see the growth not only in myself, but as well as in Columbia. I look forward to seeing Columbia progress in 2021 and to prove it's not just a phase and that we mean it for real.
DEI was a long time coming. DEI is rewarding, challenging, and personal. DEI will be positive.